Hi, I'm Judy Walker. I'm the food editor for the Times-Picayune and NOLA.com in beautiful New Orleans, Louisiana, where it is our very special holiday, carnival season, leading up to Mardi Gras. I am making a king cake today because one of the things we most commonly get requested on our site is recipes for king cake. So I am doing a recipe that I have created out of several other recipes. I am using the rapid rise yeast in this recipe. I happen to know that a lot of people are afraid of using yeast. I'm here to tell you, do not fear the yeast beast. It is a living organism. You can make it your own. It's not hard. So first what I'm going to do is I have heated up a stick of butter and some milk, and I'm going to add that to my mixture of the yeast, the flour, some sugar, and salt. And I'm going to mix this up in the KitchenAid for 2 minutes. So I'm going to tell you why I'm using rapid rise yeast. You just mix it in with your dry ingredients and it does rise higher. Active dry yeast, you can also use that. You will want to mix it with some of your liquid ingredients first and let it start bubbling before you start with this recipe. But in this case, we're using the active dry yeast. It's the same thing as instant yeast, bread machine yeast. There's 3 different brand names because all the big yeast makers make it now. I am mixing this for 2 minutes at medium speed. Okay, this has gone for 2 minutes. I'm going to shut it off. I'm going to add half a cup of the flour, my 2 eggs and an egg yolk. The yolk just makes it richer. And some flavoring ingredients. This is cinnamon, a little bit of nutmeg, and a teaspoon of lemon zest. And we're also going to add a teaspoon of vanilla. So now I'm going to beat this for 2 minutes on high. Okay, this is almost at 2 minutes. I'm now going to add the flour and show you how thick it's supposed to be. The recipe says to make a stiff batter. Well, what is a stiff batter? So we're going to look down the bowl and figure that out. Just be sure to, you should probably stop it once during each 2 minute segment just to push things down in there. So now I'm going to add this flour. Now, depending on the humidity, it's going to make a difference. So you can add all but a little bit when you start and see how it goes, and then add the rest if you need it. Say the last 3/4 cup of flour. And I'm just going to run it slowly because basically it's beaten as much as we want it. We're just now, see, it's going to fly around. I don't have that shield thing on my KitchenAid. So, okay, here we go. Look. See how it's all clumping up down in there? Around the beater. That's how stiff it is. And sticky. I could even add a little more flour besides this. See? And at this point, I'm going to take it off there, scrape it down really, really good, and then I'm going to scrape it into a different bowl that I have sprayed with nonstick coating, aka Pam, my favorite ingredient. And put plastic wrap over it. See, it's pretty stiff. You have to really kind of work it at this point. Just make sure there's no visible white flour. Okay, I think you got the idea. And then I would turn that into a bowl that I've sprayed with Pam, cover it tightly with plastic wrap, stick it in the fridge for 2 hours. And then later we'll roll it out and make it into a king cake.